To fix this, we will have to add the inc directory into the compiler include directory search path. It is time to move on to our next section, editing project settings. Editing project settings. To edit the project settings, right-click on the project and select Properties. The tree control on the left selects different property panels. The first one we will look at is Project References. Project References specifies dependencies between projects in the workspace. Our workspace has two projects, Demo and Semsys v1p30_LPC11XX. The Demo project is currently active and is not displayed in the Project References dialog. We are editing the Demo project's properties. In Project Reference, the Semsys project is checked. This means that whenever the IDE needs to rebuild Demo, it will first make sure that Semsys is up to date. If a project generates a library, the other projects in the workspace using that library should have the library generating project checked in Project References. This is exactly what you see here. The Semsys project generates a Semsys library, and the Demo project uses that library, so the Semsys project is checked as one of the Demo project's references. Now we will go to the C/C++ build section in the project properties. MCU settings is a place where you can change the part number of the microcontroller you are using. Typically, after a project development cycle is complete, it is discovered that a lower cost, pin-compatible variant of the microcontroller on the demo board can be used. In MCU settings, you may choose a part with less memory, like the LPC1112. In this case, we're going to continue to use the 1114. Now we will go to the Settings group under the C/C++ build. This is one of the most option-packed places to go for project settings. It brings up another tree view with settings for the compiler, the assembler, and the linker. Under Symbols, under the compiler, you can define macros that you can test in poundif and poundifdef statements in your C code. For instance, this one, __code_red, allows your code to check whether it's being compiled in LPC Expresso or the Red Suite development tool. Under Directories, you can add an additional include path. Notice that we have an include path set up to the Semsys Library Projects Inc. directory. This is added by the project wizard when the new project is created. Let's add another include path for the Inc. directory that we added to the demo project. Before doing that, it is a good idea to check the current configuration and make sure that we are going to be changing all configurations and not just the active debug configuration. If this is not done, then when the configuration is changed to release, the build may fail. Alright, let's click the plus sign to add the path. We will use the Workspace Browse button, which will create a workspace relative path, rather than using the File System button, which could create an absolute path. Alright, we have added our Inc. folder into the path. This should fix the compile errors we had caused by moving the adc.h file. Alright, moving on to other panels. In optimization, the compiler optimization level can be set. The underlying compiler used in LPC Expresso is GCC. There are many more optimization settings than are available in this drop-down box. Additional flags can be specified in the Other Optimization Flags box. For information on the optimization flags, check out the Getting Started guide. Moving down to the MCU linker group of build settings, Libraries allows you to add libraries to your project. This is a good place to be careful. Library search paths are typically different between the debug and release configurations. Using the All Configurations choice is not recommended when making changes. Okay, remember in our last section, creating directories or groups in a project, we moved our adc.h header file into an inc directory and broke the build. Since we just added an include path, this should be fixed. Let's quit the Project Properties dialog, build the project, and see if we have fixed the problem. As you can see, the build was successful and our errors and warnings have gone away.